guys, welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Cameo 3 and the fabric plate to cut fabric. First, you must stabilize the fabric. You can use a stiffness spray or heat and bond. I'm going to show you how to use heat and bond. This is my favorite method because it allows you to bond the design to another piece of fabric. Now, let's begin. Choose your preferred fabric. I recommend a thin material. You're also going to need heat and bond. I'm using the light version because it's what I have at home, but if you're going to buy one, I recommend the ultra whole version. For this project, I'm using an easy press, but you could also use a household iron. The heat and bond has a shiny and rough side, with the other being opaque and smooth. I'm going to cut a piece of heat and bond that matches the fabric piece. Now I'm going to fuse the materials. First, I'm going to iron the piece of fabric and remove all the wrinkles. Turn around the fabric. Place the heat and bond with the shiny side facing down. The shiny and rough side is the one with the adhesive. Bond the two materials using the easy press. You could also use an iron. This is going to take you no more than 20 to 30 seconds. As you can see, the two materials are fused. Now you can remove the heat bond backing. The adhesive of the heat and bond has been transferred to the fabric. Keep in mind that the adhesive side of the fabric is not sticky. This adhesive will only activate with heat. Place the fabric on the mat. I'm going to turn around my mat because I know this side is not as sticky as the other side. When cutting fabric, I recommend using an early new mat. This is Silhouette fabric blade. It works with Portrait and Cameo 3. The blade will need to be manually adjusted using this adapter. As you can see, the depth is set to 6 and I'm going to change it to 4. You can also use the ratchet or premium blade, which you should reserve to be used only with fabric. It is similar to fabric scissors, and if you want to keep them sharp, you shouldn't cut paper with them. I'm going to place the fabric blade in tool 1, which I manually set to a depth of 4. You could also place the blade in tool 2. If you place it in tool 1, you will hear the adjusting sound characteristic of the auto blade, but rest assured nothing is being modified since we are not using the auto blade. For this project, I'm going to use this wheel design. As you can see, it is a simple design. When you are cutting fabric, I recommend avoiding designs that are too complex. The more lines you have in the design, the more chances you will have to ruin the cut along with the fabric. I'm going to remove this design. Press send. I'm using tool 1, material fabric thin cotton print. Action is cut, and in tool you need to put ratchet blade. I'm going to increase the depth to 4, the speed is 5, the force is 35, and the passes are 1. Now load the mat and press send. Since I placed the blade in tool 1, you are going to hear the noise the machine does when adjusting the auto blade. Rest assured nothing is happening with the fabric blade. As I mentioned before, the fabric blade can only be adjusted manually. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process to cut this piece took about 30 seconds. Unload the mat. Remove the excess material. Now remove the design. to bond this design to a t-shirt, but you can also try it on a onesie, pillowcase, toe bag, etc. I'm going to use my easy press to attach the design to the fabric. You can also use an iron. First, I'm going to remove any moisture and wrinkles from the t-shirt. Place the design in the center. I'm going to press my easy press on the t-shirt for 30 seconds. You can also use an iron. Remember, the heat activates the adhesive to create the bond. Turn around the t-shirt and press it for 15 seconds. All done, the design has been fused to the t-shirt. You can machine wash this t-shirt, however I recommend turning it inside out and using cold water. If you want, you could add heat transfer vinyl to the design. As I mentioned in the beginning, to cut fabric with Cameo 3, you must stabilize the fabric. However, this is going to change with Cameo 4. The new Cameo has a rotary blade. With this, you don't need to stabilize the fabric, you can cut it as it is. The release date for Cameo 4 is September 2019. I hope you like this video and you find it informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you are interested in a Cameo, I'm going to leave you the links where you can buy it in the info box below the video. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.